I be so sick of you niggas, y'all contradicting. I be so bold myself when you come and fuck me. I feel so ordinary, said when you around me. Treat me like water while you play me out. Arguments, you air me out. Tripping about you.
Welcome you back to her YouTube channel. And guys, I know I've been away for so long, and I'm very sorry about that. It's just that there's so much that's been happening, there's so much that's been going on. And anyways guys, happy new year. I know that I'm very late, but happy new year to all my subscribers. Hope you guys are good. Today what I have for you guys is a story time of how failure isn't the opposite of success, but it's part of the journey. So this is how it all starts, right? So I was doing grade 11 in 2023. I did my grade 11, and when schools closed, I got my report, and it had promoted to grade 12. And I must say, my mom was so happy. It was early December, yeah. It was early December. She was so excited for me to be doing grade 12 in 2024. And at my school, at my high school, every year the matric dance, it takes place at the end of the year, which is the first week of December, right? Mind you, which is they give us the whole year to plan for our matric dance and like literally focus between our prelims, student exams, and finals, right? So, and I tell you that my mom was so excited. She was really excited for me to be doing matric. She started planning she started planning in 2023 for my matric dance. Fine. The whole of December she was planning on the type of dress I'm gonna be wearing, on the type of hair that she wants me to have. She had planned that I must go get a belly button piercing, because like she said like my dress to like open here at the belly, on my belly. Fine. Came 2024, schools opened, and she would stay with me. She was still up with me till 12 midnight, 1 midnight, for me to study, do my homeworks, and just get done with my schoolwork. Fine. And it was February, fine. Things went well. I remember Valentine's was during the week. My mother had never wanted me to be in a relationship. Every mother doesn't want their child to get into a relationship at a young age. Fine. So that's one morning, the week before Valentine's, I posted a screenshot of my then partner. He was wishing me a good day at school and all the best and whatnot. So I forgot that I hadn't hid her to not view my status, right? And I'm at school and I see her replying to my status. I'm now thinking, which status is she replying to? When I get there, she's like, okay, so now you're in a relationship and not. Well, fine. She waited for me to get back from school, and when I got to school, she was like, okay, where does this person of yours live? How did you guys meet? Do you really love him? Do you trust him? And she like just advised me on how I shouldn't rush into things. I should take things slow. Fine. Valentine's Day, I bought him things, he bought me things, and my mom was so excited that I got Valentine's gift, and yeah, stuff like that. So on the on the 3rd of March. It was a Sunday. We went to the mall with my dad. It was myself, my dad, my mom, and my 2 siblings. We went to Mall of the South. We got to Mall of the South. We bought groceries. My dad bought my mom a few things, and my mom was like, okay, Lwatili, you can choose. You can also choose like a few outfits, you know. Fine. We went and ate. We came back home. We were fine. She fitted her new clothes. She was so excited. Monday, I wake up, I go to school. Fine. When I left village, she was not okay. She was not okay. She had locked herself in the room. I knocked, trying to get her to open the room. She didn't. Fine, I went to school. When I got to school, I was just not fine. Sorry about that. I'm a very bubbly person. I'm a very bubbly person. And on that day, only one teacher realized that I was not okay. My business teacher, Mr. Nenjelele. I went into the class. One thing about me, when I got to every class, at first, or rather when I get to classes that I'm comfortable with the teacher, I would hyperly so greet my teacher. So that day, I didn't even say hi, sir, 'cause I always do that. I just went into the class and I sit down. I did my work. I was quiet the whole time. I can't keep quiet. I'm a very talkative person. I'm very active in class, you know. And when we left the classroom, the sir called me and was like, Machola, are you fine? And I didn't answer. I just said, I just nodded my head, and I left the classroom. I could see on my teacher's face that he just doesn't believe me when I say I'm fine. I was quiet the whole day. I was moody. I just didn't feel myself. I was not myself on that day. I went back home. When I got home, she was home. I got into her room. I greeted my mom and told her that I'm still going to the salon to wash my hair. I went to the salon. I came back, and she had already taken out the meat that she was going to cook that night. Then she called me to go buy her candles. Fine, I went, bought her candles, and then went to my room, studied. The next day, it was on the 5th. I was writing hospitality. I went into my room and I started studying. I studied. We both had closed our bedroom doors, and then I smelled some sort of, like, it was just a bad smell. I opened my room and I see smoke coming out of her bedroom. I call my uncle. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Should I open the door? I didn't know what to do. I was panicking. I hanged up the call. I ran downstairs because we were living at the flat. I ran downstairs to call out to my, I can't say friend. I don't know. My sister. She's GMPD, and I thought, okay, she has probably been trained and she knows what to do when something is like this, you know. And when we rushed up, the smoke had spread in the house, in our apartment. It had spread to a point that we couldn't even enter anymore. And she was like to me, run to the securities, go call the securities for help. When I came back from the securities, everyone was there already. Like, literally everyone was there, and I was like now panicking, not knowing what to do, what not to do. We're trying to make calls, people are not answering their calls. And then while I'm still watching, trying to figure out what are these people doing here, like, my mom is fine, she's okay, she's gonna come out alive. We hear people screaming from the other flats. And like the smoke is coming out on this side, you know. I rushed down the stairs. I ran down the stairs. Went to that other side. We tried throwing stones on the window so it could open at least. Because all I wanted was my mom to come out alive. While I was still down there, this other guy came and was like, we were able to get your mom out of the house. We're still trying to do CPR, still, you know. And in my head, I'm like, okay, at least my mom, she's out, you know, she's out. She's gonna wake up. She's gonna wake up. When I was about to go up, while I was talking to my mom's friend, my uncle came. He called me and was like, let's go to your granny. We came here at Moletsani, and my uncle left me here and took my granny with to the flats. After 15 minutes, I remember that happened around 7:30 at 8. We were having load shedding. 8:15, 8:20. My granny calls my aunt and she's like, Kelly's home. I couldn't hold myself. He had Maletsana. It was me, my aunt, my 2 siblings. One was 8 years old, and my mother's last born was 2 years, few months, 2 years, 6 months, 2 years, 6 months. I screamed, I shouted and I cried my eyes out. My aunt rushed to me and closed my mouth so that my siblings couldn't hear me cry. And the first thing I said was to my aunt, let's go to the flats. You will walk there. I want to see my mom. I wanted to see my mom so bad. Because I didn't believe that she's normal. I had the faith that she's gonna come out alive. She had my little sister on her back. We left. We went. When we were there at Moletsani High, my granny called again to ask if I'm fine. And she was like, my dad and his family sat me down and they're like, this is not the end of the world. You can still make it. This is a school that'll give you a second chance. You can go try again. I went to that school. I tried my luck. I met new friends. I met loving teachers, caring teachers. I changed subjects. I changed 2 subjects. Term 1 I passed. Term 2 I passed. Term 2, you see the Term 2 one, it's fine. Term 2 I passed. Term 3 I passed. Come finals. My grandmother passed away. She passed away a week before I had to start with my finals. I started my first day of finals. It was, I was writing, what was I writing English. I tell you that I didn't study, guys. I didn't study because I would wake up in the morning, people were coming, you know. I did not get time to sit down and get into my books, but I went into the exam room. I wrote all my languages. I wrote all my languages. After the funeral, that week I didn't study. I started studying the other week. But guess what? with the grace of God. Because God had me. God carried me. God showed Boholo Bahai in my life. I had seen, and I can say I've witnessed that failing does not mean that we leg. No, failing does not mean that you're not smart. Failing is not the end of the world. I wrote my finals and I passed. Luckily I passed. It's so hard and it's so hurtful to see others laughing at other kids for failing and making other people feel bad for failing. You never know what that person went through in order for them to fail. You don't know what that person faced that led them to fail. But I must say that I'm grateful for all the people that had me through 2025. I'm grateful for all the people that had faith in me in 2025. I'm proud of myself that I never gave up. I kept going and finally made it. And I'm here to say to everyone, mostly to those who are still in school, in whatever grade that you are in, if you fail, never give up. Take failure as my grandfather likes defining the word fail as first. I get a fail as FAIL, first attempt in learning. If you fail, try again until you make it. One day you're gonna make it, and one day you're gonna be proud of yourself. It's not easy to know that, okay, I've failed. What now? You know, failing is like, I don't know, but it's just so difficult. And ngiswela amagama wokubonga to the people that had my back, to the people that supported me, to the people that were always there when I needed them, to the people that gave me faith that one day things will be fine. How I wish my mom was still alive to see my progress. My sister even said it that after I got my results, my results, that this was proof that my mom's death really affected me. Not that I can't do my work, I can. I was just demotivated by my mom leaving me in the middle of, not even in the middle, when I've just started. My grandma was like, no, don't come, we're coming back, it's fine. That call it broke me. It broke me. I looked at my siblings and I thought of my mom. That just like that, she lived. Fine. They came back. They came back. When they came back, there was so many of them. People that I didn't know that they could make it. They made it. They came. But I pulled a strong face. I didn't cry when they got here. They all gave me a hug, and I just gave a strong face. I was like, I'm not gonna cry. I don't want people to see me crying. They prayed and then they asked me if tomorrow I'm gonna go to school, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to school. I'm writing tomorrow. I have to go to school. I'm writing tomorrow. Studying. They had my uniform with me. They had my books. Everything was wet because I'm getting people that were helping at the flat. They were trying to pour water from my bedroom, and on my bed, on top of my bed, there was my books. There was my laptop on the bed. My headphones, because I was studying, right? Everything was wet. Even my uniform was wet. And I was like, I'm going to school tomorrow. And I was like, no, Daddy, you can't go to school like this. I'm like, I'm fine, guys. I'm gonna go to school properly. I'm gonna go and write. I have to go write. Fine. We slept. I didn't sleep. I cried the whole night, and I made sure that my granny didn't, like, I made sure that my granny does not know that I'm crying that night. Like, I made sure that she doesn't see that I'm crying that night. We woke up in the morning. My two aunts came, and they're like, we have to go to school and just go tell them that you can't come to school for this week, because, you know. Fine, we went to school, we came back. Fine, it was the funeral. The whole week I didn't cry. The whole week I didn't cry. I only cried on Wednesday when my choir came to cry with me, you know, to mourn with me. And only for like that short time when they were here while singing and talking. It was fine after. The rest of the term I didn't go to school because it's not okay. When the schools opened, term 2, luckily, no, I did go to school the last week of the school so that I could go write my tests. Luckily, my teachers gave me the chance. I wrote. Term 1, I passed. Term 2, schools opened. I was not demotivated. I texted my aunts, I texted everyone. I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it to the matric dance. And they were like, why, Lwadile? I was like, because only the person that was excited for it is no more. The person who used to stay up with me all night for me to study, me to do my homeworks, is no more. So who am I going to the matric dance for? What does I go to the matric dance for? And they were like, no, at least do it for yourself, because this is a one-time chance. After this, there's no other matric dance you're gonna go to. I was demotivated. I had no interest in my books anymore. All I wanted was just my mom. I remember I had stopped doing my English work. This one time, my English teacher punished me and I stayed at school until 5. Mind you, at that time I've moved from Mletsane and I'm now at Vosloorus. No, I was still this side. Yeah, I was still this side. I was still here in Mletsane. I stayed at school until 5 because the teacher wanted me to finish my work. I was no longer interested. My matric year was ruined, just like that. The blink of an eye. When we went to the flat to fetch my mom's things, we checked in her room. There was no fire. And when they told me how my mom died or how my mom was, she only had marks on her hands, just like here, and only burnt her head and only her hair actually was burnt, and nothing else in the room burnt. Even where she prays, the candles that I went to buy for her on that day, they were still fine. I checked them and I used them even after the funeral. They were still fine, but only the bed was burnt, and not the entire bed, but only in the middle. It was just a small mark like this of burn that was on my mom's bed that I'm still sleeping on even today. But it's fine. I went to school because I had to. I went to school throughout the year. Came out results. I didn't make it. I didn't appear on the newspaper. I had lost hope for the last time. To me, it was like, okay, now it's just the end of the world. When I've just thought that she just left me just like that. So I'm here to encourage you guys never to stop trying. Keep trying until you make it. There's also a quote that says, iphupho alifi umnikazi angakafi. If ever there's something that you wanted to achieve in 2025 and you couldn't, let this be the year that you can do it. If ever you didn't make it in 2025, let this be the year that you make it. Only you know what you want, and never let what other people say about you drag you down or hurt your feelings. People will always talk, whether you do good, whether you do bad. People will always have something to say. Always have something to say. So you just don't have to just let people do what they want to do. I made it in 2025, even though it was not easy. I was called names. I still even went through it in 2025. But I was like, you know what? But if you don't make it this year, you'll never make it. And whatever things that people would do to me for me to feel bad, I would just take them and put them aside and be like, this is my journey. And I, one day, will stand in front of people and say my story. I always hear people say that I'm strong. And thank you for seeing the strong in me, guys, that I never see. People see the power in me that I don't see. And that says a lot. Like, it really says a lot. Anyways, guys, let you be your judge in the journey that you are on, because you know your race. So that at the end of the day, you can make it. You still have the chance. Pray, ask God for guidance, and all the best to the class of 2026. Never let anything come your way. Fetch that bachelor's pass, fetch that diploma pass, fetch that higher certificate pass. Oh, you are the one that sits in that exam room and writes, and you never let competition get over you. Never let that happen, because you never know what the other person did for them to be where they are right now. Only you know your journey, only you know your strength, only you know what you want, and only you can determine and fight for what you want. So let this be your year. Let this year be a year of fruitful, like let this year be the year that you've always wanted. I'm sorry about that. Thank you to everyone that had gave me or lent me their ears, and light and shine to everyone. Good luck to 2026, and I love you all, guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for hitting the notification button. Your support is really, really much appreciated. Bye.